One comment. That's all it took. A teacher said her presentation needed more work. A friend replied to her message late. A family member made one offhand remark at dinner, and she was gone for the rest of the day, locked in her room, crying, replaying it over and over, convinced she was worthless, convinced everyone hated her. Her family didn't understand. They told her she was too sensitive, that she needed to grow up, that she was being dramatic. She wasn't being dramatic. She has ADHD. And what she was experiencing is called Rejection Sensitive Dysphoria. My cousin was 17 the first time I really understood what this looked like. She had worked on a school project for 3 days. She was proud of it, genuinely proud. She stayed up late. She redid it twice. When she presented it, her teacher said, "This isn't quite what I asked for." 6 words. She sat back down and smiled, made it through the rest of the day. But that night, she couldn't stop crying. She told me she felt like a complete failure, like nothing she ever did was good enough, like everyone in that classroom had seen exactly how worthless she was. I didn't know what to say to her because from the outside, it looked like an overreaction, but inside her brain, something completely different was happening. Rejection. Sensitive dysphoria, or RSD, is an extreme emotional response to perceived or actual rejection, criticism, or failure. The word dysphoria means an intense state of unease or unhappiness. And for people with ADHD, this response isn't a choice. It happens instantly, automatically, and feels completely real and overwhelming in the moment. Researchers estimate that nearly 99% of adults with ADHD experience RSD. But here's what makes it so confusing. The rejection doesn't even have to be real. A friend who seems quieter than usual. A message left unread, not being included in a group plan. The ADHD brain reads these as rejection, even when they aren't. And the emotional response is identical to if it were real. This is why people with ADHD are often called too sensitive, too emotional, overreacting. They are not overreacting. Their brain is processing the same situation on an entirely different scale. The reason comes back to brain chemistry. In ADHD brains, the emotional regulation center, the prefrontal cortex, is underactive. This is the part of the brain that says, okay, that stung, but let's put it in perspective. At the same time, the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, is overactive. This is the part that says danger, threat, pain. So when rejection happens, real or perceived, the alarm fires loudly and immediately. And the part of the brain that should calm it down is too quiet to respond. The result is an emotional wave that feels completely out of proportion, because neurologically it is out of proportion to what most people would feel in the same moment. This is not weakness, this is neurology. RSD cannot be fully eliminated, but it can be managed. Here is what actually helps. Name it immediately. The moment you feel that wave, say it out loud or in your head. This is RSD. This is not reality. This will pass. Naming it separates you from the feeling. It gives your prefrontal cortex a chance to catch up. Get out of your head and into your body. Cold water on your face. Deep, slow breaths. A walk outside. Physical sensation interrupts the emotional spiral before it takes over completely. Wait before you respond. RSD makes you want to react immediately, send the message, have the confrontation, shut down completely. Give yourself 1 hour before doing anything. The wave always passes. Decisions made inside it almost always make things worse. Track your triggers. Over time, you'll notice patterns. Certain people, certain situations, certain types of criticism that consistently trigger RSD. When you know your triggers, you can prepare for them and recover faster. My cousin spent years figuring this out alone. I made the Unshaken ADHD Rejection Sensitivity Workbook so nobody else has to. It walks you through tracking RSD episodes, identifying your personal triggers, separating what you felt from what actually happened, and grounding scripts for the moments when the wave hits hardest. The link is in the description. It's for the days when one comment feels like the end of the world. You're not too sensitive. You are not dramatic. You have a brain that feels everything at full volume. And that is not something to be ashamed of. Subscribe for more videos like this and share this one with someone who needs to hear it today.